Hello everyone, my name is Mr. No Pony and we are checking out a little video from Mr. Tim Pool. So let's change to the right channel and see what we got. Oh, there he is. Looks like we got this to the Tim Pool channel right here and now. So, looks like today's story is shocked. Even amid LA riots, Trump approval on immigration skyrockets. Democrats lie about polls. Oh, some people have to lie. Okay.
CNN is absolutely shocked to discover that Donald Trump is popular on the issue of immigration and
Really? That's why he was voted in? I had no idea. Right.
that with the LA riots going on, the deployment of the National Guard and the Marines, Donald Trump's approval rating on immigration is positive, and Republicans are trusted more on the issue. Now, I must say, Harry Enton of CNN has become a living meme in that this is basically his MO at this point, to be the guy on CNN going, wow, Donald Trump is popular and correct on these issues. I wonder if what CNN's going for here is everybody knows that we're far left anti-Trump, so let's get a guy who is constantly shocked to discover people actually like Donald Trump. Maybe that might wake up some of these far left lunatics.
I mean,
the American electorate believe that the Democrats don't have a clue on the issue of immigration. I mean, you could just take it here. Closer to trust more in immigration, Democrats versus Republicans. Got 3 different polls for you across the board. They all tell the same story. Republicans lead on the issue of immigration. You see it here, CBS +6. You see it here, CNN +6. You see it here, Ipsos, even bigger, +19. No matter what poll you look at, no matter which way you cut it, the American public is with the Republicans, the American public is with Donald Trump, and to a much greater extent than they were in term number 1.
I just want to say real quick, I like Harry Enton. He's being honest. He's pulling up the polls. He's telling what they say.
Honestly, it's something that you don't see very often.
And he's saying this is the issue Trump is succeeding on.
Corporate news.
So I don't want to rag on the guy. He's doing a good job.
And it's not just on the broad issue of immigration, it's on the specifics as well, in which the American public is with Donald Trump and the Republicans, and that is why Donald Trump is eager to take on this fight and eager for those scenes out of Los Angeles.
Now, I have to wonder.
His co-hosts or the other guy in there does not look comfortable.
70-year-old watching CNN, as that is basically their main viewer or their main audience, what are you thinking to yourself when Harry Enton comes out basically every single day saying, you're wrong. You're on the wrong side of history. The American people are against you on this. They like what Donald Trump is doing.
But I'm a rebel.
I have to imagine there's probably a bit of cognitive dissonance. But let me just grab this to your Real Clear Politics
we were told we were right
polling,
for so long, but
and talk
now
about how much
we're
I love
wrong.
polling.
That's how they feel.
Right now, Donald Trump is at -2.6. That's pretty dang good. You know, the issue for Donald Trump, or for any president, is that not everybody agrees on everything. So getting to the point where you're basically 50-50 in the margin of error is pretty dang good. Now, it's tough. Trump's got negative press to deal with, but all presidents do. However, at this point, it appears that Donald Trump is rivaling or better than Obama and Bush in their second terms. And the reason why I exclude Joe Biden is that he didn't get a second term. And Trump's was non-consecutive, which is just a weird, it's kind of weird. But take a look at this, because I always got to bring this up. I love aggregate polling.
Sometimes you just need a break from the job in order to understand the job better.
Economist YouGov has Trump -8. Morning Consult -4.
Unfortunately,
Rasmussen
people don't
for
like
the
that.
same time period +3. Okay. Now what's that? Qantas Insights has him +1, but CBS News has him -10. I just love how stupid and wrong all of this is. Okay. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Welcome to Stupid and Wrong All the Time.
What I can tell you is Trump is probably right on immigration, because when polled directly on immigration, basically every poll says the same story. Now, what I will say for all of this, you can't just look at the aggregate. What I would recommend is choose, you don't know where Trump currently sits, but you do know the trends. Because let's take the worst one. We've got -13 from Yahoo News. Okay.
Ooh, Yahoo.
Just check the next time Yahoo News does a poll.
Quick question, who
and
uses
see how it
Yahoo
changes.
News?
And if it goes from -13 to like -5, that's a tremendous improvement for Trump. See, the thing is, Rasmussen is going to have Trump at +3, but at the same time, if there's a dramatic improvement, he'll go to +8. So you can see the movement, but no one has any effing idea what's really going on. So I
really don't.
I love it.
I live in a world of bliss.
Trump knows he's losing. Ex-Biden Spock says crackdown on protests is a distraction. He knows he's winning. CNN, Harry Enton, come on. CNN hates Trump, but he comes out and says this is why Trump wants to be on this issue.
Drew Bates, former spokesman for President Joe Biden, and Terry Holt, former spokesperson for President George W. Bush. Both are senior communications advisors for the Cost Coalition.
Coalition.
Now, I didn't. This is when you live television. I didn't read that tease before I sat down today. About this being a distraction. Is it a distraction, or are they just really good multitaskers at some very nefarious things?
The way I see it is, if you look back at Trump's history, this is somebody who gassed protesters in Lafayette Square during his first term.
I'm sorry. Those weren't protesters. Those were rioters. They were trying to get into the White House. They were people who set fire to a church and destroyed a guard shack. Those were not protesters. I hate this language. They can't tell them what they really were, because if they did, they'd be freaking screwed. Got it. Okay.
This is somebody who's always eager for a distraction when he knows he is losing support. And quantifiably, he is now the least popular president at this point in a term of anyone in history. And we know why that is. For one thing, his tariffs are the biggest middle-class tax hike in modern history.
Okay, guys. This is the difficult reality that we face. He just said on MSNBC Trump is the least popular. Trump's aggregate approval rating, which I just showed you, is -2.6, rivaling or better than Obama and Bush. Homie
which is
just
really damn
went
good.
On MSNBC and lied. What are we supposed to do about this? I can't stand it. It's the stop making me defend Trump reality.
Hey, as long as he's president, you're just going to have to defend Trump. We're all going to have to defend Trump, because people can't accept the fact they lost. These are sore losers, 100%. They lost. They can't accept it. Why? Why did we lose? Type people. Seriously, come on, people. Just get over it. Report the news as it is, and maybe we wouldn't have so much chaos in this damn world. I don't understand it. How can you not just say, yeah, he's doing an okay job. He's doing an okay job. No president has ever done a great job. Every president's done an okay job. And that's where Donald Trump is in my book. He's doing an okay job. Is he doing the best job? Probably not. Will he mess up a lot? Oh, hell yeah. He's got 4 years of fuck-ups to go through. Will he do a lot of good things? Yeah, he's probably going to do a lot of good things in the next 3 to whatever years. However long he has the ability to do so.
I'm sitting here thinking, what is my motivation, right? The Daily Show lies. Jon Stewart came out and said Trump is igniting the LA riots and all that stuff. And I'm like, the rioters are doing that. But they just lie. They lie. Every single day. Everything they say, they're just lying.
They're pathological liars. What the hell do you
expect? If you want to understand
they're
what it's
pathological
like to be
liars. That's part of their job.
Tell someone the weatherman's lying to you. And the people and the response is going to be, why would the weatherman lie? They have nothing to lie for. What are you talking about?
The weatherman's lying to me? It's a possibility. I mean, meteorology is a science, but it is not cracked down to get everything correct. I mean, they predict certain things, and trust me, if you looked at the old way of doing meteorology, everybody used to say that the weatherman is often wrong, and that was pretty much the truth. I mean, they weren't wrong on purpose, but they were wrong.
Oh, why is it, what, the news doesn't lie? And that's basically what we're dealing with. Did you just hear what he said? Can I play this again for you?
In Lafayette Square during his first term.
Let's just pause there. He gassed protesters. You mean the violent rioters who threw a firebomb on the White House grounds and set fire to St. John's Church? Can we just play this?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. St. John's Church fire riot. It's not even hard to pull up. Not even hard to pull up. These people are lying. Historic church near White House damaged amid unrest. Leaders pray for healing. St. John's Church, known as the Church of Presidents, was damaged after... It says peaceful protests! Yo! Oh, man. I don't even know anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Perhaps the sad reality
Perhaps
is
we need a program that
are up
changes
against
every version of
demons.
peaceful protest in every article
They
to
actually
riots.
St. John's
Or
Church
rioters.
was damaged after peaceful protests took a destructive turn. Peaceful protests! In the headline about the church being set on fire.
If it says peaceful protesters, it
Bishop
turns
Marian
into
Boot
rioters,
later
and
Monday
there
criticized Trump for
are
allowing police
peaceful
to use tear gas.
rioters,
I criticized Trump for
protests.
that too. Trump, just let him burn the church down next time. That's what the church leaders wanted. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, all of it, okay? These women want men in their sports. I'm not even joking. How many women are speaking up about men and women's sports?
Okay, if you want men and women's sports, i.e., men pretending to be women, there's no guarantee that they actually are trans, because it's just as easy just to say you are without actually proving that you are. So, I'll just say, for the sake of argument, that they could be pretending to be women. Regardless, if they still have a sexual desire towards other women, they shouldn't complain the moment that those men make a men pretending to be women, or men who look like women decide to advance on them and do something that they're not exactly willing to, let's just say they shouldn't complain whenever they're raped by these predators around them, or potential predators, I should state. They really shouldn't. I mean, honestly, if this is the way you want to do things, it's just not the thing that you should do, you know? But try talking sense into normal people, or abnormal people. Like this. Probably wouldn't happen.
Very few? Okay. Women voted for it. Now you may be saying, Tim, what the does that have to do with any of this? I'm telling you, when the church comes out and says, Trump, how dare you stop the protesters from burning down our church? Trump should have let it happen.
All right.
This
They
is
said they
why
want it on fire.
I should be nowhere near the government, and I never will be.
As
And I will simply be
evidence
the
that,
whinging-
you know what? If they wanted it to burn down, if that's what they wanted to, hey guys, you could go ahead and set it on fires. Will inform your insurance companies that it was destroyed with permission, and it is not an insurance claimability. Therefore, you cannot claim this on insurance, and therefore you will not gain any money for it. See how fast their attitude changes. Maybe we wanted to redesign it with our insurance money. Yeah, that's not going to happen. The insurance will pay for the damage on the outside, but for the rest of it, no. But if they okay the damage, they okay the riots to destroy their church, and they basically give permission, then the insurance company could look to this and say, No, no, no. You told those people to burn your church on purpose. This is considered insurance fraud, and we will not be paying anything, and you will be arrested federally for insurance fraud.
Man on the internet. You know what I'd do?
I'm just a pony on
during
the
the M29 riots, where the far left firebombed the White House and St. John's Church, injuring hundreds of officers in an insurrection. I'd let it happen. I'd let it happen. I'd issue a statement saying there are violent agitators in an otherwise peaceful protest, and to avoid loss of life or serious harm, we are standing down. We're standing back and standing by because we don't want to disrupt a peaceful protest. Now, I know everyone in the world has some, everybody on the left, they're going to have some response. They're going to say, how could Trump let this happen? I'd say, you're right. I genuinely didn't expect the left to be violent terrorists. That's what I'd say. This is the problem with conservatives. They don't get the game that left is playing. Let me just play this guy's stupid comment again.
Somebody who's always eager for a distraction when he knows he is losing support. And quantifiably, he is now the least popular president at this point in a term of anyone in history. And we know why.
Of anyone? Not even a president. Okay, well, here's President
no,
Trump's
it
job
apparently is
approval.
not true.
And mind you, again, this is from this clip, June 10th, so I'm imagining this aired just the other night. Do they say the date on when this aired? Either way, Trump's aggregate approval rating has been pretty dang good. Do they have comparables on this? Look at all this polling data. There was comparable polling data that went massively viral, but he's just making it up, and these people just believe it. Minus 2.6. Let's check immigration aggregation. Plus 4.5 on immigration. So you want to tell me from 6.6 to 6.9, that's when the poll was conducted, over the weekend with mass rioting, plus 4 from The Economist. Look at this one from RMG, plus 14. He's looking for a distraction because he's losing.
For one thing, his tariffs are the biggest middle-class tax hike in modern history. They're raising the prices
apparently.
that he ran on lowering. That was his number one promise. Now, he's embroiled in a debate over inflationary tax giveaways for the rich that the country rejects, especially because they come at the price of Medicaid, Affordable Care Act, adding to the debt. And
we're talking about the Affordable Care Act, the one that completely destroyed the entire medical industry up onto making everything as expensive as it could be during the Obama administration's last term. That Affordable Care Act, the one that made it inaffordable care, the fact that you had to be forced to either get insurance or be taxed at the end of the year an additional $3,000, which most people really couldn't afford, up to $3,000, for not having your insurance. A lot of companies decided to drop their insurance because it couldn't be affordable to all their employees. It could be affordable to some employees that decided to go with it. Instead of, and many insurance companies went under. Many insurance companies completely went down. Low mom and pop insurance companies no longer could afford to stay open because a lot of companies that they were working with in their communities had to drop them for these cheaper, unproductive, pain in the ass versions of insurance that most people ended up with. Spare me, you rich, entitled bastard. Compared to me, you are a rich, entitled bastard, that guy is.
In other areas, his administration's falling apart too. Elon Musk says he's in the Epstein files. He also just...
Okay, first and foremost, that thing has been widely known for a good moment. That was whenever, during the Biden administration, after Epstein unalived himself, or didn't unalive himself, however it may have been, that has been known that his name was on a list for the Epstein files. Now, according to Donald Trump, which he has admitted himself that he met him once, found out about him, and said, no, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to be with that. He may have had only one plane ride because his plane was damaged, and that was it. To our knowledge, that is all that has been released about it. I mean, seriously. Whatever this little beef is between Trump and Elon Musk, I don't care.
Accepted a $400 million personal bribe.
And Elon, as smart as he is, as great as he doesn't know how to build a truck. Elon also doesn't have very good naming sense because who names their kid X? Hey everybody, meet my ex-boyfriend X. Or meet my boyfriend X. Or people can make jokes about him being an ex-boyfriend no matter what. Oh man, that kid's gonna get teased. This is why naming your kids properly is probably a good idea. Or not, I don't know. Let's see what happens.
In the form of a jet from Qatar, which is a country that funds Hamas. So I think this is the kind of sputtering behavior that you see from him when he really wants to talk about anything but the economy. And so I think that when we speak out against the ways that he is abusing power, it's important for us to still make sure that that's in the conversation.
Well, I pulled this up for you from Real Clear Politics. Eric Daughtry with the tweet, of course. Real Clear Politics has, as of June 4th, Donald Trump has a higher approval rating than Obama and Bush at the same time in their term. Why are they lying?
Damn.
Because they are evil demons that want to steal power. And you know what, man? The people who follow them believe it. And so don't you get it? You know, there's this show. It's funny. There's a show, it's a creep show it's called. And I was just watching this clip. It's an old, it's not super old, it's a few years old, I think, but I remember seeing this episode where there's a guy stuffed in a suitcase, and every time he feels pain, he barfs up a gold coin. So what happens? The young people who find him say, let's not free him, let's just beat him and get money. And that's how I view the Democratic Party and their voter base.
The negative side, if you beat him too much, he ends up dying, and you don't have any more money you can get. Once you bleed a man dry of somebody, whoever time they feel pain, there's gold, he bars of gold. Don't be surprised when the value of gold, one, decides to go down. If it decides to go down, that could be artificially capped up to where it is. And two, most impressively, would be that if you torment a person to the point where there's nothing left of them and they give out, then what? Although I've never seen this episode, I'm pretty sure that's what ended up happening, and they got charged with murder.
Democratic voters are like, we're hurting, please. And the Democrats are like, that's probably too loud, mercilessly beating them while they're saying, thank you, may I have another? And I'm just sitting here being like, yo, why don't you guys break free from this? You know, as the saying goes, Harriet Tubman said, I have freed many slaves. I would have freed many more if only they knew they were slaves. And they try and claim that the Republican Party is a bunch of cultists. And I'm just sitting here being like, the Republican Party got into a fight with Elon Musk over spending. Rand Paul and Massey are attacked by the Trump administration, while many conservatarians and right-wing individuals still defend Massey and Rand Paul. It's not a cult. I saw one tweet and they were like, are you really abandoning Trump over this? It was that easy. And I'm like, yeah, maybe it's not a cult.
Yeah.
So anyway.
True.
There you go. What a ridiculous political party. And no amount of me showing this information and proof to people changes the minds of these liberals. They live in crackpot Wally world where they believe whatever lies is shoved down their throats. and then they claim it's you who believe the lies. Hey, I got the data. I'll show you the sources. Okay, you can see it right there. Whatever, man. I'm going to wrap it up there. Stay tuned. We got more segments coming up for you in a little bit, and we will see you all shortly.
Well, that was something. I mean, really. So, yeah, I mean, what else is new? Art. All right, so yeah, I don't know what to say about that, you know? I mean, people are just going to believe whatever the hell they believe. Remember when you were kids, you would believe the most insane things about how to get certain Pokemon or all these little rumors? I think that's what happened, is that a lot of people used to believe these old little rumors when they were kids, and they were never told that, hey, maybe some of these rumors aren't true. And because of that, they decided that, hey, I should believe everything. Because they never decided to grow up and go fact-checking, go fact-finding. They just believed it and couldn't prove it themselves, so they just relied on all their friends, all the experts around them, quote-unquote experts. And yeah, that's how things work. So yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, guys. So that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Kick.com, YouTube, and Twitch. And I'll see you guys next time.